listening to the Joyful Lunch, but we need to accommodate the man himself who's in the studio right now as we get to find out about the event that's going to be happening tomorrow. Something that I was even talking about before he walked in the studio because I'm excited. Something that's going to be happening tomorrow. I'm talking about 3 artists in one room. I have so much respect for this man because I don't know how many years now, since 1994.
Yes.
Till now. Mr. Mathew Tembo is in the studio right here. Good afternoon, big man. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. Thank you.
How have you been?
I'm doing well.
How have you been?
I've been good. Busy.
Okay.
Last few years I've been very busy.
Yeah.
I was also trying to get done with school.
Yeah.
So that was very busy. And actually, this event that we're having tomorrow is a part of that school story.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the school story? When we hear someone like you still feathering up their education, still learning, what were the studies about?
Well, I was doing my PhD in ethnomusicology, which is something like anthropology of music. So of course that took me some time, and I graduated last year in December. And so the last, that's why I'm saying the last few years I've been busy. Of course I've been performing, I've been making music, and so maybe people didn't know, but also I've been doing school. And it took me like maybe 6-7 years, and so I graduated last year. And like I said, tomorrow's event, which is during the day or in the morning, around starting at 10 a.m. I'm going to be presenting, so I'll be repatriating what I'm calling and that's why the theme for this event, for this concert, is repatriation. So I'll be repatriating that knowledge because I did my research here, and so I'll be talking about my dissertation. I'll be sharing my dissertation with with the students here in Zambia and so on. So kind of like bringing it back home, and that is why it's themed around repatriation. So I'm repatriating. Yeah,
you're in and out of the country, but every time you come back in the country, there's always something that you are working on, something that I've noticed. And big ups to the amazing fan base that you have grown up until now. Every time you have an event, they'll still show up. What is your secret, despite not being an artist that drops music here and there, where we expect you to drop music every month, where like everybody does? For you, you have an event, but there's no new music.
My last album was released, was it 2023?
5 years ago?
No, 2 years ago.
2 years
Conquer
ago.
was released.
Conquer was
5 years ago. But Mtendere was released 2 years ago, and I haven't had anything new after that. But it's been a journey. It's been very. I think in the beginning, especially, it was very interpersonal. It was like these intimate concerts, and you're friends with your fans and all that, and then that kept. I think the Conquer album kind of like saw me grow my fan base from those kind of from the intimate. The fans that I grew from those intimate settings to like semi mass semi popular kind of or semi commercial, like so I feel like right now I'm just like right there, like I'm not like too commercial per se, but I'm just there. I like how Franklin Tembo Jr. put it at ZNBC. He was talking about, he was saying the same thing about how I've been around all these years, but he said, I remember he said something like, I've stayed in my lane. I haven't tried to do what's not me. I haven't tried to change because other people are doing this or that. I've just kept it, and I think that's also what has helped me, because I think consistency also helps. Yeah.
Let's talk about something. I'm still throwing it back. I've always wanted to find out the difference between Silimba and Kalimba.
Yeah. So the Silimba is the big the one that looks like a marimba. It's made out of wooden notes, and then you use mallets to play. It's the big one that has like most prominent, among the Lozi and the Nkoya people of western and northwestern provinces. So that's the silimba. Of course, we have it all over the country, different names. But the silimba is that big one that looks like a xylophone or a marimba. I don't know if you're familiar with any of those, but use mallets to play. And then a kalimba is a small one. This, it's just like a wooden board, and then you have these metal keys mounted on this board, and then you use your fingers to play. So that's the difference. The other one is made out of metal keys, small in size. The other one is made out of wooden keys, large in size. Yeah.
Let me take this opportunity. I know we're here to talk about your event, but I also want to get to find out from you, from your perspective. You have traveled, you've been out here and there, in and out of the country. I also want to get to find out from you. Are you proud to listen to Zambian music? Are you happy with what you are listening to right now?
I think we've improved a lot. Of course, when it started, when we started making music on computers, the quality wasn't that good, and that was an issue, especially with me. I was like, well, this is not good. But I think over the years, technology has advanced, and the quality is good. Songwriting is improving. I feel like, of course, my research was my research focused on home studios, recordings, like musical labor in home studios. And so what I realized is that a lot of people will work with what they call a hook, so just like a line or two, and then they kind of like compose a whole song around that hook. And sometimes they will use what they call the beat. So they'll have this instrumental that is called the beat, and then they will do vocals. They will compose a song based on that idea of the instrumental. So there are different ways of composing, but I feel like there is other musicians that actually do sit down and write songs these days. So the lyrics are getting better. I think some of them are well thought out. So I think we are moving in the right direction. Yeah.
For you, when you are writing your music, like where do you draw your inspiration from? Like, for example, the Conquer song.
Yeah.
Like, how long did it take you for you to say, okay, we can drop this song now?
I think sometimes it takes. So for me, the what has been happening is that because I have a band, and I work with the band, I work with other musicians all the time, and very often I will write a song and then we'll perform it maybe sometimes many times before I get to record it. So that process of rehearsing the song, arranging it and all that kind of thing might take, I don't know, maybe 2 months, 3 months, a year or so. The longer it takes, the better, because then you spend more time arranging, doing like arrangements for the song, but also just kind of like perfecting it. So by the time I go into the studio to record, I have a whole song. It's there. I might improvise a little bit when I'm in the studio, but most of it is done. Because we've been performing this song with my band. Yeah.
Let's talk about the event. Different. We know that the audience is still the audience that people know you for, but I still want to get to find out why Maureen, Aunt Maureen. Why also including Mumba Yachi? I know you and Mumba Yachi have been close for a while now, but I want to find out why should one attend this event tomorrow?
Well, you don't get to. Of course, we have gigs every weekend.
True.
2, 3, 4, 5 gigs every weekend. But it's mostly pop music, and it's once in a while that you get to come to a concert where Maureen Lilanda is performing, where Mathew Tembo is performing, Mumba Yachi. It's kind of like a festival. And why I've been collaborating, why I've been working with Mumba Yachi is because we are collaborating on some music. We've been recording some music. Actually, we have an album, a collaboration album, to be released soon. hopefully before the end of the year. But we've been collaborating on some stuff, and the idea is to kind of like just maintain that relationship as we get ready to release this collaboration album. And then Maureen Lilanda, I've been working with Maureen. Actually, when I shifted from reggae to indigenous musical, Zambian music, Maureen is one of the musicians that I had concerts with. So this is not the first concert that I have with Maureen Lilanda. We've been having these concerts, and the reason why is because what she does is very similar to what I do, and what Yachi does is similar to what she does and to what I do. So it's kind of like working with giving it a theme. So it's going to be live music, of course, but also music that draws from indigenous musical elements. So that's the whole idea, yes. And that's why Mumba Yachi and Maureen Lilanda.
The venue, give us the venue, the time, the charges, and the exact time. I know I'm seeing 6 p.m.
Yes,
but there's always Zambian time.
So so it's going to be at Alliance Francaise, and this is tomorrow. And so during, like I said, 10 a.m. I'll be presenting. It's going to be a lecture. So I'll be presenting a lecture on my dissertation. So like I said, repatriating the knowledge back home. That's the whole. What the whole event what the whole event focuses on. And then later on, like in the evening, we have the concert, and it's themed around repatriation because it's connected to what I'm going to be doing in the morning, the lecture that I'll be presenting during the day. So in the evening, we start. Doors open at 18. The concert will start at 19, so hopefully 18 to 19 is enough time for people to get there. And why? It's because we want people from work. Tomorrow is a Friday. They're going to be, it's they need some kind of like recreation. It's end of the week, so I think if we do it, we are doing it early because we want people to come to this concert, watch us perform, and then if they want, they can go and have fun, have more fun somewhere else after the concert. So we start at 19, but of course it's 3 acts: Mumba Yachi, Maureen Lilanda, and Mathew Tembo. So it will go up to, I think, around 22, somewhere there, 22, 30 or something like that. But yes, we want to urge people to come on time because we will start on time. Like I said, 19 on the dot, we performances start, and then we will go all the way to around 9, 10, 9, 21, 22, somewhere there. And of course, it's going to be live music throughout, and it's going to be packed. Live music packed, but also I want to say, so I said the venue is Alliance Francaise. We talked about the time. So charges, if you call, we of course we've been advertising on Facebook and social media. If you call the number on social media, you will get, you should be able to get a ticket at 200 kwacha, because pre-sales are 200 kwacha. But if you decide, okay, I'll just show up at the venue tomorrow, then it's going to be 250 kwacha. And then for students, it's students and members of Alliance Francaise, it's 150 kwacha only.
So how are you going to tell that this is a student?
Oh, but they have to come with their ID.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Why are you doing it like that for students?
Oh, we want students to also have to be able to have access to these things.
Okay.
We want students to be able to also get to experience other kinds of music in Zambia. Of course, they are more familiar with pop music and all these guys that are, but we want them to also be able to see the other side of Zambian music. To be able to experience the other side of Zambian music, yeah.
Someone on one of your songs on social media wrote something. I love to read a lot of comments.
Okay.
So this one said, Mathew Tembo should keep producing remixes. That's what they wrote. For his beautiful songs every year. So we want an update 2025 version for this song Conquer. we are ready to dance. I don't know if you read such comments.
Well,
Sometimes people
I
just
do.
want to listen to the same song,
Yeah.
but on a different side of a song.
Yeah.
Like because they love the song too much, but they
Yeah.
just want to continue listening to the same music.
And I get it. I think it makes sense. A lot of people have actually made renditions of Conca. One of them is Roy. You know Roy, the songster, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, he did a really good, beautiful song. And then there was another guy who actually I shared it on my Facebook page. What's his name? I can't remember his name. I think he's a student at Rusangu University. He also did a very good version of the Conca song. So yes, I agree, and I think maybe I should be more deliberate about it. Everybody who is interested in doing remixes of the Mathew Tembo songs is welcome to contact me. Of course, it's not always going to be money, but you know, it's sharing ideas and kind of like exploring some of these ideas. You know, it's different. Kalimba music is different. The way I compose and arrange and everything. It would be nice to also hear somebody who is into like pop music do a rendition of some of my music. Yeah,
I've always wanted to get find out this. This is going to be my last question, but I want to get find out from you. You've been in and out of the country.
yeah.
Why still Zambia?
Well, I love Zambia, and you know, I was born here, bred here. Of course, I've lived in Europe. I've lived in the US. I've lived in Ethiopia. I've lived in a lot of other places. But Zambia, and I know sometimes, you know, we think, oh, life is so hard here, and why should I be coming back here? But I think I'm more rooted to this. I love the food. I love the music culture, or just the culture in general. And the fact that I have, you know, I can travel anywhere, anytime, I think for me is enough. You know, being home is, of course, if a better opportunity comes up tomorrow or the other day, I will definitely weigh, you know, and if it's worth it, I will travel. You know, I'll move to some place else. But I think this is a good place to wait for stuff like that, for opportunities like that. It's a good place because I can connect with my fans. I can connect with the music, you know, indigenous music, because that's where I draw most of my inspiration. So I just love home. I remember like last year when I was in the US. After I graduated, I you know, a friend of mine from Uganda called me. He's you know, we went to the same university for doctorate studies, University of Pittsburgh. He now lectures at Michigan University, you know, Childs. And when he heard that I was done with school, he called me and he was like, oh, so now you will stay, you know, you have to stay in the US because there's nothing in Africa. I mean, Africa is not going to offer you as much. But I was like, no, I need to go back home, and, you know, I have a few projects going on and I need to get done with those. Of course, I'll be exploring these opportunities, and if something better comes up, I will definitely act on it. But yes, for me, home is the best. Yeah.
I wish we could have some time also to get to find out. Are you open for young people that want to contact you and learn something?
Sure. Anytime. And
Okay.
that's the idea. Even tomorrow actually, the 10 a.m. event, the lecture, I would like to invite mostly students, scholars, you know, people that are into the academia, you know, like please come in your numbers. Also, I should mention that the event during the day is free.
Okay.
So we're not going to ask people to
Same
pay.
location.
Yes, still Alliance Francaise.
What time?
At 10 a.m.
Okay.
So you're not paying for this event. I'm just going to present my dissertation to you for free. Nobody's going to ask you to pay. It's the event later in the evening where you have to pay because it's a concert, and then, you know, there's equipment and there's people that are coming to perform with us. So everybody needs to. It would be nice for those people to get paid. So.